So I told Rick last time that I was here for physio that today we were going to do the interview. Let's see if he remembers.
You're all...
Are we all set?
You're all set.
Come into the camera. Okay, so I am with Rick Rowell Rehab, and I come in here as often as he will let me because he fixes my alignment. So if you have any neck pain, back pain, hip pain, listen up. So Rick, tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Well, I started out as a massage therapist about 30 years ago, and just slowly through various workshops and educational processes, worked myself into myofascial release.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're a myofascial release therapist, trigger point therapy. Basically,
correct. Yeah.
You rip that fascia off the bone and the muscles so that we can
That's
move
better.
better.
That's a little too explicit.
That's how it feels, okay? But then you float out of here. So can you show them kind of on my neck what I got going on? So I'm a little bit bionic. I have some titanium in my neck, but when I come in here, what do you look for?
Basically, I look for an asymmetry in the musculature and in the fascial planes. For example, on this side, on her left side, she's a lot stiffer through her upper trapezius, a little looser on the right side. So the goal would be to balance that out fascially, okay, so she's not getting any kind of drag or pull unnecessarily through her neck or through her shoulder girdle.
Okay.
All right.
And do you want to explain, so what is fascia? Because I didn't do a very good job.
Fascia is the substance that basically is made up of elastin and collagen in the ground substance of your body, and it binds everything together. For example, if you could get a hold of one piece of it and unravel it, your bones would just go clink, clink, clink to the floor. So it's basically what connects your skeletal system, okay, and your viscera,
Yeah.
okay, and the whole idea of working with the fascia is to try to eliminate any adhesions or restrictions that have developed over time, either through, in your case, through surgical intervention, car accidents, any kind of traumas, okay, and basically over time, postural alignment.
Right. And for those of you that go to the gym and you use a foam roller, what does that do for you?
A foam roller?
Yeah, because a lot of people think foam rollers are going to release the fascia.
Well, foam rollers just deal with the elastin in the connective tissue. They don't really address the collagen. That's the really important component of fascia. It's thicker, stiffer, and as we age, or if it's traumatized, it becomes very, very restricted. So a foam roller has to be used in a certain way, in terms, if you want to get the desired result.
Okay, so maybe foam rolling and fascial release.
Right, a combination of the two. Foam rolling is really just trying to keep the viscosity of it. That's the whole thing, is to keep the viscosity. When you're born, your fascia is like gel. Think of a baby, right?
They can squat right away.
And then as we age, it becomes more dehydrated, more torqued, okay? So then it starts to restrict your movement.
Okay. So what are you going to do to me today?
What I'm going to do with you today, we're going to start, as we always do, with your hip flexors, which are tight. The hip flexors attached to the anterior of your lumbar spine.
You want to show them?
Yeah.
Whoop.
Okay.
It's for science.
So basically, the way I would start with what Jenna here is have her bend forward. My thumbs are on her PSISs. I look for a crack. There we go. And there, my thumb moves on the left side, so I know that she's stuck through her left SI, which means I have to work with all the tissue around this to loosen her up. Okay? And then we'll have her just see how her pelvis moves. So she'll bend her right. Nope. Keep your foot on the ground, please. Yeah. And I'm just feeling for movement in the pelvis, for symmetry in it. And again, if she's laboring on the left side, right side's moving pretty good. Okay?
Which is ironic because I feel most of the pain on my right side, right? So where your symptoms are, just because I feel the pain on the right doesn't necessarily mean that that's where the source is or the problem.
Yeah. If the best way to
pulling out the stomach.
show that would be through the skeleton here. This depicts the iliopsoas muscle on the left side, just like, okay? Now you can see I've left it here, and it pulls the ilium up on the left side, which creates, if you look on the right side, this disc on this side is starting to protrude and irritate the nerves, okay? So this is why she's feeling the pain on the right side, but the problem is on the left. All right? So what we're going to do is we'll start with her left, try to loosen and release that up to see if we can get this disc back into place again. Amazing. Or closer to it. Okay?
All right. Okay, guys, wish me luck. This has been your Community Connection. I'm Jenna Brooks, your local realtor, and this is Rick Rowell.
Ta-da.